Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we currently have a bit of a bureaucracy problem. I say a bit. We have quite a bureaucracy problem. So we're working our way through getting all of this constructed, right? But what we need more than anything right now is to deal with that bureaucracy problem. So a government administration in DC would not be very useful because we need employees in DC more than anything. So what we need to do at this point is we need to build government administrations somewhere where they can actually, be utilized. And it's going to be New York. I don't like it, but it's going to be that's going to be what it is. So we're going to build another 5 in New York while we continue to work on pulling additional people into DC. That's going to be important, and getting this brought up eventually to be, eventually to be somewhere around here. That would put us at 51. That would put us optimal for our throughput. So that's not a high priority, right? Getting those constructed is, in fact, a very low priority for right now. We want to get all of these other things done first, but there's a bunch of government administrations there that will be done, and I think the way we're going to do this is we're going to finish these government administrations, and yes, we are a bit negative financially right now. That is because our bureaucracy is getting worse and worse. We're going to finish these up, and then we're just going to move the next 5 up, and we're going to keep doing that. So we're primarily working on other things, right? But we need to get this bureaucracy problem solved. Now, government wages doesn't actually change our bureaucracy production, does it? It does not. And I want to check in here. High tensions, market access in New York. Did we actually solve that? Yeah, we're working on a railway here. That should be fine. We are probably going to need a second one, though. Let's go ahead and get a second one going there. So we'll get a second railway in New York underway. And in DC, we're going to get these government administrations built as soon as we can. Our primary goal right now absolutely has to be getting our bureaucracy under control. For sure. So we're working on that. Can we improve our bureaucracy's throughput at all? I don't think we can. We're on professional bureaucrats, secular administration, we can't go to administrative clergy, and we can't go to telephone switchboards at this time. So I think this is the best we can do for the moment. Cool. Pan-nationalism has been unlocked if we needed more authority. We kind of don't. We need to solve other problems right now. Okay, so these 5 finished their construction. So I'm going to pop over here, and we're just going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 government administrations in DC. Largely at random. It doesn't matter which ones we go for. I just want to always be building 5 government administrations right now. So in New York, we could definitely consider continuing to build government administrations here. And I think we should, honestly. I think we should take this up to size 51, which will max out our throughput from economy of scale. I think. Maybe 52 would? Maybe. But we need to get this solved, right? So we're not really pulling out of our investment pool right now, so we're quite negative financially. That's okay. I want to get this all done, right? I want to get these government administrations sorted and completely over with. We need to tackle this bureaucracy problem. And it needs to be done now. So we'll get that done. We've got about 10 weeks until the New York administrations are going to be done. A politician has died. Sure, Nicholas Burnside. That's fine. And we are continuing to build a few of these other things. But really, the government administrations are by far the most important thing. We have all of these done, but we're at minus 1.78k bureaucracy right now. We need more bureaucracy. And a lot of it. So all of this in New York is going to finish up. This will make our New York bureaucracy production as good as it can be, I believe. I'm not sure. Let's see here. This is at 50% from economy of scale. So in theory, we should actually be going to 51. So we'll get that queued up. There we go. because we need to be at 52 for maximum economy of scale right now. Armed forces are upset. Whatever. That's completely fine. I want to double check right now. This doesn't say current national cap is plus 50. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll take this up to 51. It's okay. So all of these government administrations in New York are going to finish up shortly. That's going to get us quite a lot more in terms of bureaucracy. The question is, will it be enough? And I don't know. I really don't know. We're going to move these 5 up. There we go. And we're still building this 1 in New York, and we're building these 5 in DC. Okay, so that at least puts us up to minus 600. And that's something. We definitely need to work on our bureaucracy. Yeah, this is already maxed out here. So, minus 481, it's better. For sure. Absolutely better. But we need to get this worked on. That is, for now, the top priority is getting our government administrations in DC built, but more importantly, getting the employment in here. So looking at the actual population in DC, this is only medium migration attraction. Did our greener grass campaign get turned off? No, I don't think so. Indeed, it did not. That's interesting that this is not all that great. Migration is actually leaving DC, and our pop is declining from DC right now. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. So these government administrations are mostly about throughput efficiency, right? They're not about filling the actual jobs, because that's going to be a bit complicated to do. So realistically, I do think that we should just move all of these up at this point. Let's just get them done. Yes, we're going to be very negative financially for the time being. That's understood. So we're apparently 9 weeks away. I don't know that I believe that, but we're apparently, well, actually, I think we're 12 weeks away from getting all of these built. So that will help our bureaucracy. By no means will that fix it. Paper is currently expensive. All of these things are currently expensive. We need to get through this construction queue is what we really, really need here. What are we working on here? Pneumatic tools? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's check in on what Canada's up to here and how our colonization is going. It appears to be going reasonably fine. Let's go ahead and colonize the state of Saskatchewan here as well. Fantastic. So all of these government administrations will be finishing soon. There's only so many left. 7 weeks until those are all done. Again, each one of these is just a 1% boost of throughput. We have no belief that they're going to be having these jobs filled anytime soon. We need so many jobs filled here. So for now, it is what it is. Employment is at 44K. I'm just wanting to see if this is going up. 44.1? I think it is going up slightly. Oh, City of Plenty, huh? Sure. The party will never end. Beautiful. Rubber has been discovered in Jamaica. Sure. And once again, I just want to go through all of these real quick and make absolutely sure that all of them... We could definitely build a wheat farm in Saskatchewan. And I put that at the bottom of the queue. It's not a huge priority, but I want to make sure that all of these are able to auto-expand, right? That's the goal here. We do need a few more of these tobacco plantations that can auto-expand. Looks good. And Saskatchewan can get a little bit in terms of coal mines. What else do we have here? It looks like that's probably about it. So there's all those logging camps, fishing wharves, yep, that all looks good, and whaling stations. Fantastic. So we're plus 119 right now, but that's because we are removing from our investment pool. Understood. So our bureaucracy has gotten better. Flemish people are migrating to Illinois. Okay, we've got some inefficient agriculture. So we're at 29.1 million population now. Our population has come up extremely dramatically. I like it. That's looking very, very good. And we're about to run out of investment pool here. So we go back negative financially. That is reasonably expected. So we're going to get all of these constructions done soon enough, right? 72 weeks on that. Low market access in a lot of locations right now. So, is this in DC? Yes, it is. So I'm going to build like 5 here. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then we'll build 2 in New York, 1 in Pennsylvania, 1 in Massachusetts, 2 in Ohio, 1 in Indiana, and then like 3 in Durango-ish. We'll build 1 in Sinaloa since we don't have anything there. 1 in Chihuahua, 1 in Bajo, and 1 in Guerrero, even though I know we were using ports for that previously. Otherwise, that seems to be reasonably fine. We can get 1 in each of those locations as well. So that's going to be a bunch of railways, right? We're not shocked about this. Field hospitals are now available. So I want to go into our buildings here and make sure to turn down our military. There we go. That saves us some money so that we can start paying down our interest. That's definitely something we should do. A can-do attitude, huh? We are not developing a can opener for $33,000 a week for 5 years. They'll figure it out. Beautiful. So we're doing better on our bureaucracy, but there's pneumatic tools being unlocked and pump jacks being unlocked. Oil has been discovered in Florida, which means that we can build an oil rig there. For the moment, we'll just queue up a single oil rig. And I would like to come down over here. We just finished pneumatic tools, so we're going to grab the electric arc process next. Beautiful. And then we need to go into our buildings and take a look through these. What is our new processes that are unlocked here? Is it all in the rural areas? Because I did not see any. Okay, automatic irrigation. Sounds good. This is likely going to give us an input goods consumption, or rather an input goods shortage of engines. We'll keep an eye on that. Oil rigs definitely go to tanker cars. They auto-expand, and we go to publicly traded for the time being. Cool. We want to make sure that all of these are set up to auto-expand where we can. Because apparently we didn't do that previously. Okay, so all of these are going to be set to auto-expand. There we go. Cool. And what about over here? Yeah, all that's relatively good. Cool. And I think some of that is because we're building new stuff. I think that's likely what's going on there. So we need to get these railways done, right? That's a high priority. Also a high priority is getting additional workers into DC. I'm noticing that this number is coming up, but very slowly. Okay. That is very slowly. But that should turn around our bureaucracy. We can see here our throughput is maxed for economy of scale here in DC, and we have an additional 20% from White House. So that's looking good. And to no one's surprise, we are negative financially right now. I'm not shocked about that with our construction just coming up, but once we get all these railways done, that'll help. That'll help a lot, actually. Shortage of engines is unsurprising. I think we're going to go ahead and queue up an additional 5 motor industries in Ohio. And I'm putting those up at the top of the priority here. So those will finish up in 22 weeks. Our construction queue is sticking at around 80 weeks for now. But we are, in theory... Okay, we're not actually working on any of this right now. We'll get there. We'll definitely get there. So this is like 10 weeks away. That's not so bad. Cool. We do need to get through this so that we can get back to auto expansion, right? That is a pretty big deal. But for the time being, at this exact moment, we've got other problems. We may have to start thinking about creating another government administration hub, as opposed to just the one in New York and DC. The one in DC has lost employees, I think. Or no, I think that gained a little bit. But we really need people in DC. Like, really, really badly. There's tons of jobs available there. What is the migration attraction currently? Okay. Do we want to do something like raising the standard of living in DC? The answer is yes, we do. So we want to do, let's see, not this. Not enlistment efforts. Assimilation and conversion. Service industries. Is that considered government administrations? We should find out. So we put in that edict there, and let's just take a look here. No. Okay, good to know. So that is not considered a service industry. Okay. So what else would we need? Infrastructure, state construction efficiency, social mobility. Honestly, I think a big part of it is the fact that DC's at 48% market access, to be honest. So I think we just need to finish up these railways, which a big chunk of them are going to be done this week. That'll help, and help a lot, actually. That said, DC doesn't have the population, so it's going to be interesting. But we'll see how much all of this improves. Let's let all of these railways finish up, I think, before we queue any more up. So that's like 20 more. Of those, a good chunk are in DC. New York is looking good. Pennsylvania we're working on right now. Guerrero, I think, is going to be okay. We might need another one in New York, actually. Yeah, I think we're going to. So let's go ahead and put in another railway in New York. In fact, I'm going to do two. Franco-Canadian people are migrating to Minnesota. Okay, noted. So that's fine for now. We're going to build a few more railways here. But our railway in Pennsylvania will finish shortly. New York, Pennsylvania, and DC are the only issues right now. So in Pennsylvania, we're finishing, well, at the end of this week. Now. Beautiful. Tools and steel are considered expensive right now. And of course, we do have this engine's input goods shortage. We knew that was coming, and we're going to get our motor industries expanded in 3 weeks. So for now, that seems okay. I want to see what our tax waste is. Okay, 14.5K. Noted. So obviously, we need to get our market access in DC up, right? That's very obvious. Prussia declared us their rival. Okay, sure. Whatever, Prussia. So we're finishing up those coal mines. And our motor industries are now done. We'll see after those get worked up a little bit if we're still going to be running this input goods shortage. We likely will be. Actually, it's gone. Never mind. Cool. New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and DC. So we're going to need a railway in Ohio. No shockers there. We're going to get another one in Pennsylvania as well. I'm pretty sure that's going to be necessary. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be necessary. So we'll get that one done. And we are back to being positive financially now. That's a good sign. But that market access in DC is going to continue to be a problem for a while. Because we need people in DC more than anything. So, our standard of living in DC is not amazing. And I feel like that's our core problem here. We need to raise our standard of living in DC. So, how can we go about doing that? Well, we've got the Greener Grass campaign there. We can definitely run a road maintenance in DC. I think that is a good idea. We can do that to boost up the infrastructure here so that it's going to be less bad market access. It's still going to be bad. Expand power plants is now done. Cool. Ooh. Steam turbines. Cool. Gold fields in Alaska. Unfortunately, we don't own Alaska at this time. Oil has been discovered in Mississippi. Okay. So we're definitely going to construct ourselves a single oil rig in Mississippi. Cool. It's also been discovered in the West Indies. For now, that's not the biggest of deals. Okay. How's that market access looking? Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and we've got DC. The main problem with DC is just a lack of workers, right? That's the primary issue here. We need workers for our railway and our government administrations. That's what we need. So that'll just take time. But I do think that this means that we need another government administration hub. And where do we want to put that? Actually, Texas is not a terrible option. Interesting. So we're going to put in actually 10 government administrations in Texas right now. The Working Men's Party won, and let's check in on our legitimacy here. This is actually quite good, but we can make it better by doing this. There we go. Looks great. Now, we shouldn't need more than these 10 government administrations in Texas for right now. That should get rid of our bureaucracy. Well, our bureaucracy deficit. Russia's angry. Whatever. And how are we doing on all of this? Well, we're going to require additional market access in West Virginia and in Alabama. And I'm guessing we're going to require it in Texas as well. Let's go ahead and get that going. DC will sort itself out eventually. It's not really a right now sort of thing, but eventually. Oil has been discovered in Texas, to no one's surprise, and we are, of course, going to build a single oil rig there. We can eventually get 35. That's huge. And it's been discovered in Oklahoma, to no one's surprise. Minus 5% bureaucracy population cost modifier. That's huge. Okay, so we'll also get some Oklahoma oil rigs going. There we go. We're quite positive financially right now, but we need to work our way down the credit pipeline, I guess we could call it. We need to work down our credit. So that'll be fine. Oil has been discovered in Utah. So we're only building a single one of these in these locations for auto expansion purposes, right? So that'll be fine. Checking in on our market access, 99, 96, 66, and 94 should be fine. So all of these government administrations in Texas will be done in 2 weeks. That should turn around our bureaucracy. Oil has been discovered in Nebraska now. Cool. There we go. Okay, so all of those are done. The real question now is, how quickly will this get employed up? Okay, that's going fine. Looks good. Looks very, very good. So all of these constructions are going to be finished up fairly soon, right? We're 42 weeks left in our construction queue. And we're going to keep an eye on our market access, of course. We have an input goods shortage of engines still. I was hoping that that wouldn't be the case. Gold has been discovered in California. No additional gold mines available here. We did get gold fields here, but I was hoping for more gold mines. Well, for now it's okay. Cool. So this feels like we've got this reasonably under control. That was a big bureaucracy deficit. And we're going to need to continue to bring our institutions up, right? Specifically, health system. I don't think Social Security is that big of a concern. That said, how much are we paying on welfare right now? Actually, a decent chunk. So increasing our Social Security, we'll have to feel out how much we really want to do that. That will boost up our standard of living pretty dramatically, but it'll be very expensive. But ultimately, it'll probably be okay, is my guess. The railways are finishing up. Cool. So now we should continue to build railways in Oklahoma, in Utah. I'm queuing these up at the bottom, apparently. DC is not a location where we need one. Okay. Let's get these railways moved up the priority list. There we go. should be fine. So DC, like I said, this is not a priority here. What we need here is people, not additional railways. So that'll be fine. It'll take DC a long time to get all that populated. But we're going to continue to see our bureaucracy slowly come up for a while, I think, here, because of that. We're just barely positive in our bureaucracy, but we are positive, and that's great. It is now time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to start thinking about maybe going to war again. Irish people are migrating to Michigan. I like it. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Ken2Win, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Spartan News, Unisol, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.